What you miss?
I titled the song. Sherelle made this song an airworm, and now like I can't
Baby
stop singing it.
girl.
Yeah.
It has so much emphasis on it. That's like one of my best parts of the song.
I hate that she did this to me. I hate it.
Airworm.
It is. But I can't stop singing it. This one stupid part.
That's the best. That's one of the best parts of the song. Ooh,
Oh
who's
my
that?
god. Man, this is our funny of the week. Look at the headline. Sherelle, read the
You know who I
headline.
thought this was?
Don't say
What
Michael
the?
Ealy.
No, the dude who's playing
What?
basketball.
Steph? You thought this was
Steph
Steph?
Curry. Stephen Curry. Yes.
She would have called him Tim Curry.
No, Steph Curry. He looks
Okay.
exactly like Steph Curry.
He does. And now I'm upset. I'm upset.
Man
I'm sure that in the
arrested.
comments.
Man arrested for at Seagull that took his funnel cake in
Okay.
Atlantic City.
I wasn't even
Listen,
reading. I didn't even
let
read the
me
headline, dog.
let me tell you how I squawk when I
You
opened this
know,
IG. I was like, picture it, Atlantic City, 2025, right?
okay, Sophia.
Imagine you just walk in the boardwalk and you just heard pop, pop, pop. And you like hit the deck and everybody trying to figure out what happened. And he just come and say, that mother have to take my funnel cake.
It's
That
My
would
thing
be
crazy.
is,
so fun.
why you strapped in Atlantic City?
But
Like a
always gotta
person who's
stay.
strapped with a weapon doesn't give me walking the boardwalk eating the funnel cake vibes. You know, it's it's a
Like I
contradiction.
minded my own business. Like, why would you even do something like that, dog?
The seagull deserved it.
No, my thing is like personality wise, it's a contradiction because walking the boardwalk, having a funnel cake gives very easygoing. It's a
Hmm.
sunny day outside,
You,
versus
you,
I bought the bus shorts. It's a bit it's a bit bipolar for me. It's like which one are you?
probably
You
is.
know?
He probably does. He gives off that look for real. You look like a
So
crush on
in the
for real.
comments, let's look at these
The comment
comments.
say, "I bet here, bro, would be that serious." You right? You can imagine if he was waiting for that funnel cake. Imagine you had your mouth.
Open. That's about to drop in, and that motherfucker just
No,
comes like mine, 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 mine. Oh, I would have went hot for real.
say
What
what
the
the f?
F? That funnel
The
cake
funnel
must have
cake
been
must have
good as
been
fuck.
good. Say if it was the strawberry funnel cake, I would have did it too. For
Ooh, I never had
real.
one of
Say
those.
that was Buddy last straw that day.
It had to happen before.
I believe
Cause
this. I
Like
believe
he was just
this.
having a bad day and that was it.
He said, "You know what? I just want a funnel cake. I just want a funnel cake." He was about to put that in his mouth. The seagull said,
yeah, that had to stand from somewhere, dog.
"That seagull said, yeet." He deserved every bullet. Every bullet. Every shot fired. They shouldn't have arrested
Wow.
him. They should
Hold
have
on.
arrested
See,
him.
I
They
thought
should
I
have
get
just
get
given him the banana funnel cake. About a sick.
Ah.
Say, listen, if you're from Jersey, you know we've all seen someone at the shore boxing the birds. Y'all boxing birds? Motherfucker.
I could see it. I could see it.
Over some fries or some funnel cake.
My
Where do you see
apologies. That
yourself
was a
in
that was a
5
good
years?
chuckle.
Say
That
what?
was a good
Yours right. Why he look like Steph Curry?
He does. Someone said that, right?
Yep. It's not
chuckle.
because you look a bit like Curry that you can shoot. Wow. Okay. All right. I like that. That was a good one. I like that. Wow. Oh
Oh
my
Lord.
god.
All right,
That was good.
that was a good one. So welcome. Look at my eye. I look like a raccoon now.
This is on here crying.
It was funny. Oh, welcome to the show, guys. Welcome to the next episode. We start off on the good foot. Welcome to the next episode of Sunshine No Prophecy, where the topics stay hot and the vibes are cool. This is your girl, Browns, here at the 242, Nassau, Bahamas, along with Ebony, who is in British Columbia of the city of Vancouver, and Yuri, who's in Langston, Oklahoma, USA. Say hey, guys. I gotta get
Hey
this.
yo.
What's going on? All
If
is
this is your
well?
first time, and if this is your first time, you're starting off good. Because we ain't never laughed like this yet. Oh God. If it's your first time to the show, like, subscribe, share, put your comments in the comment section. Make them funny, just like those ones. You could also find us on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. Whew, that was a good one. Oh my gosh, that was a good one. I mean, I was crying.
That
I
bird.
laughed like that in the beginning. That was a healthy laugh. That was a healthy laugh. Oh God. So
You know, they probably used to that too, right?
well, the
Shots
shots.
being fired out in the bar. Then you hear the one in the comments say that's a normal occurrence in Jersey. If people pissing up birds.
Well, they had to let him go though, because they just got arrested, so I don't even like sentence him to jail.
I know he could still get charged
Well,
because he
for
opened
dangerous
like.
people.
How
oh,
good is
open
your
fire,
aim
yeah.
for moving seagull? You could have hit somebody. Like you on your plane.
I'm sure he was shooting up. I'm sure he was shooting up.
You're
Where's
right.
that?
My boy was on the box. He was playing duck hunt. He was out here playing duck hunt on and everybody remember the game duck hunt. And you got so pissed you wanted to shoot the dog.
Them big ass orange ass guns.
Yeah.
Look like traffic on and shit.
Right. So he was out there playing duck hunt with real life pew pews and real life bullets, and people were walking the boardwalk. Like Atlantic City is a busy place. So for you to be opening fire for some funnel cake is wild.
That was his last straw.
Yes,
Okay.
he had to been going through there for like
You
weeks.
imagine you wake up, you buck your toe, like that was the start of your day.
Your
People
girl
piss you
dump
off at
you.
work. Oh yeah, you didn't get dumped. All this man wanted was to have that damn funnel cake.
Oh man,
He drive for that.
his mind was on
Park
that funnel
his
cake.
car, walk for it, paid
Wait
for
on
it.
the line.
Okay,
Like, you know, that
had
might
it
just be long.
in his hand, getting ready to place it in his mouth, and yeet.
That Sika was waiting on that too.
You know,
That was good. That was a good laugh.
he didn't even had a
Oh.
chance to get that cuss out. He just said, "You know what? Empty the clip." Ow, ow, ow.
And if he had gotten the bird, what he's gonna do? Take the funnel cake back on the bird mouth? I don't understand. Like, what was the objective?
Man, he just would have been, vindicated. Vengeance was served. He could have been out there saying,
Mine
"You."
says the Lord. Okay.
He probably was out there after shooting you saying, "You rule the day."
And now you lock up. Like, how you explain that to the cops?
Man, he take my phone, okay? What else you want me to fucking say? You want me to lie?
You can imagine the cops writing the statement, man.
Reading that back, I would
What
have
happened?
listen. I would have laughed my head off.
What happened?
Cause what you mean?
I said, I
What
pew
I
pew at
said.
the bird because he took my funnel cake. What?
You can imagine the senior officer
Oui.
reviewing that case. Mother's sick, they'd have been squawking. Mother's sick. Oh God. All right. Since we done, I hope we get all that laugh at us. If not, we have other things to laugh at because it's going to be a good show. And my eye can't stop watering now. Y'all don't understand. I done have a juicy laugh eye and to see making it no better. Yuri, come with us with our Bahamian word of the week.
All right, so the Bahamian word of the week is Frowsy. Frowsy derives from the origin of having a foul smell or foul odor, particularly in the everywhere, but particularly in the pits, particularly in the front, and car areas, home areas, just everywhere. So if you have anything with a bad scent around you, yeah, your your frowsy front, your frowsy car, it just goes there if you allow it to. So
Give
stay
us
with
an
your
example,
hygiene.
Yuri. Give us an example.
Okay, let's just see. Oh yeah, I went to one party. Oh Lord, Jesus Christ, this about to get out. I went to one party recently, and I was sharing some substances around, and a patron of the party of the establishment was like, "Man, let me hit that, man." What really hit me was that frowsy mouth. It's like, let me. I was like, what the? I was like, what? It's like, nah. It's like, I say, nah, this ain't even mine. I gotta pass it to somebody else, so you gotta ask them. Because I didn't want him touching my blunt. So yeah. So frowsy. So keep up with your hygiene. Make
Mm-hmm.
sure put deodorant on the arm. Make sure you wash between your leg, like what your parents would say. And yeah, you be good. Frowsy house, frowsy car, frowsy front. And then yeah. Frowsy, F-R-O. You'll spell it with a U or W.
I spell it with a W.
For some reason. Okay, yeah, like a frown. So Frowsy. Frowsy.
Frowsy.
And usually it comes with a facial expression.
Mm.
This my frowsy.
And then like some
you
being
skid up
hot
you
and
skid up your
frowsy.
top lip.
Yeah, like
Yeah, like
Yeah, I smell frowsy now.
that's how you'd be able to tell any Caribbean person that walk into some place and it don't smell too nice. If it smell hot, you'd be like,
They
yeah,
skid up their mouth and they look sharp to the side.
because we try to investigate what
Where
is
that coming
that
from?
smell.
Mm.
That's what we try to investigate. What is
the
that
first thing
smell?
you'd be like,
Oh, that is. Or your foot too.
nah,
Oh no, we didn't even say frowsy foot. We say toe jam.
Yeah. Toe jam.
Toe jam to
So
kill
we're
you.
gonna get into our Bahamian clippings of the Bahamian news clippings of the week. Sorry, I was looking at the camera. Bahamian news clippings of the week. Um, we're gonna go from minor to major. So a little
Get
minor
into
one.
it.
We know Trump is still on his rampage, because that's what I could call it. His rampage with the
Oh God,
tariffs.
again.
And he most recently put a 10% tariff on all
Ooh.
countries that the US does trade with, which includes us. Us little Bahamians in the 242 who here mind our own goddamn business. And this Negro is like, y'all can get a piece of this too. I know persons may ask, inclusive of Bahamians, well, like what academic said, what you say F me for? Like that's what Bahamian said, like what you say F me for? Like we just here chilling. People would also ask, what do Bahamians even export to the US? My friend, we export a lot. We export produce, specifically our lovely, luscious, sweet Eleuthera pineapples that Bahamians don't even get a chance to eat. Like, you have to know
Mm-mm.
somebody in Eleuthera to get a Eleuthera pineapple, because just as they are growing, they are
They
shipped off,
gone.
right? We don't, and it's sad if we don't find those in our food stores. It's really sad that we still have to import pineapples, even though we export pineapples, and the
Crazy
ones
word.
we import is be like subpar compared
Mm.
to the Lucia pineapple. We
What's
also export salt.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody know Inagua
Yes,
Morton
yes.
salt
Best
have to
kept
come from
secret.
here, go out,
Best
then
kept
come
secret.
back in. So when you go to Walmart, people, you all know when you walk through Walmart, Publix, whatever grocery store, and you see Morton salt, girl
Modern.
with the yellow umbrella,
Umbrella.
that salt doesn't come from the U.S., baby. I know the company says U.S., but it doesn't come from there. It comes
That's
from
mine. That's
little
mine.
island of Inagua in the Bahamas. That's where your salt comes from.
All the
Right?
way
So
down
if y'all
south.
think y'all got this global impact all by yourself, you don't.
No, that's my
We
own.
also export seafood. Red
True.
Lobster gets our lobsters. All the conch y'all see sometimes in the wholesale place, it comes from here. We export a hell of a lot of seafood into the
And it goes
US.
straight up the eastern board.
Okay? And we also export aragonite, which is a very essential mineral that I feel like we don't get paid enough on. All right? So he's
Also,
trying to put,
limestone.
yeah,
Jamaica too, right? Jamaica too?
if
Oh,
he's
that's
exporting to
bauxite.
Jamaica,
No.
The aragonite, you mean?
Export. Aragonite or bauxite. One of the two. I gotta read up on it. I gotta research it again.
yeah, I sure. I sure. So yeah, so he put a blanket 10% on all these countries, inclusive of us, because we do export things. But he had to backpedal a bit this week. I say, okay, I know I was overstepping, right? He say, no, if y'all, we can let you slide. Because like when you look at it, because I was discussing this with a coworker this week. I think when you look at it, there are certain things that are exported to the US that they cannot duplicate. It is what it is. You in the Midwest ain't gonna find a freaking lobster. I'm sorry. Y'all ain't got that much coastline, or you were not in an environment that you naturally produce salt. There's some things you just can't replicate. It is what it is. So why would you fix your lip? Once again, that's my term. Why would you fix your lip and say, I'm gonna be a bully and put an upcharge on this? But you can't duplicate it. That was the annoyance with it. It's like, why would you think this made sense? Y'all definitely ain't duplicating no conch. Like, what we doing here? Right? Y'all ain't duplicating these things. So it's like I can understand the rationale with the blanket tariff on all these countries. And I'm sure there's other products from other countries that fall in the same category that the US cannot duplicate. And they just need to understand that you are not an island. You definitely aren't. You've said that you're the biggest country, so you're not an island. All right? You're not surrounded by
Mhm.
water. You're surrounded by other countries. So what y'all take is on that?
I'm just really glad that what what happened this week was when the Senate passed for them to stop the whole tariffs with us with Canada, and I think it was 56 to 48. No, it was what's the number? 50,
Yeah, it was
50.
50
It was
something.
52 to 48 because it was
Yeah,
four
very
from the
close.
Republicans that helped to push it over, and I was like, thank God. I said reason I was like, please, like y'all please put an end to these shenanigans. I said, nah, y'all just need to work on the rest of the world. Understand that everybody needs everybody. So all this tariff business, it need to come to an end. The last time y'all raised tariffs was in 1930. Everything else seemed to be going well. Swell. So everybody's going to be like the only people that are going to be affected by these tariffs are the consumers because the businesses are going to take it on. They're going to shell it right down to the consumers. So imagine my business being affected by your decision. I think that the one percenters are going to be like, "Hey, all right, enough, my guy, you're doing too much." Because really and truly, that's who run the country anyway.
Who
Let's
that?
be
Which
for real.
country? Which country?
The U.S.
Oh, so it
He gonna
sounds.
he gonna
Yeah.
do what the one percenters want anyway. So might as well just just say, you know what, guys, I was kidding. I was just kidding. I just wanted to see, just for
Like,
kicks.
haha, see, I'm just
You
funny, you
know,
know.
I just wanted to see what was gonna happen if I did X, Y, Z. Just for kick's sake. And you know what? It just didn't work out. It's not working out. You can feel that these businesses are going through a lot of challenges right now. You can imagine companies like um, Toyota, all these companies that are down there. They're like, hey, it's costing me a lot of money to make these things. I know y'all want to make America great again, but it's a little expensive here. A little expensive. I
But they
need
got it.
Vietnam.
Hmm?
I need China because it's
Need
cheaper
them.
there. It's cheaper for me to make those products there. Yes, we want to have factories here, but if my factory have to close down, then everybody lose. That makes no sense.
It's not even that. It's like even if the factories go to the US, you're still gonna pay more because US
Right.
labor isn't cheap. So it's like it's still gonna go up. It's not gonna reduce the price. It's still gonna go up because Americans aren't gonna work for pennies on the dollar.
And no, sir.
So
And then you're then going to get rid of Pablo Dam. Well, Pablo and Javi, y'all tell them they got to go home.
Mhm.
it's that.
So they was the said who was working for cents on the dollar. So now what y'all gonna do? Like you say, the average American is not gonna work for cents on the dollar. Y'all were able to get away with paying laborers literally nothing. So now that you have to actually pay people, what are y'all gonna do? This isn't making America great again.
Yeah,
So Yuri,
and
hurry
not
up,
to
come
make
home,
them.
child.
I,
Yuri, hurry up, come
I
home.
mean, I trying to because like we even have like even like when you scale it down to like retail and stuff. We have these countries like Andrea and Bach. I just read recently that China is gonna, you know, counteract Trump's actions and they're raising their tariffs too to like retails and stuff. So like I think up to like 32 or like 34%. Like so like everybody be ordering from like Shein and stuff. Uh Tamu and stuff. Everybody was like, "Oop, I need to like clear my carts now because you can catch me slipping." Listen, they clearing them carts, buddy. They clearing them
What?
carts.
Because
So
China actually teamed up with Japan and South Korea.
I was like, you
And,
can imagine you got the whole of Asia uniting right now. What are you doing?
and
done
You-
for.
supposedly they have a history of not getting along. So like you uniting
exactly.
countries right now, like listen, we
My
all got one
God.
common enemy right now.
So let's just obliterate
Let
them like
bygones
one
be
shot.
bygones.
Come on, but
You
let's shake
know?
hands, my guys. Let's shake hands.
Yeah,
We can make this
because
work.
he around here playing. He around here playing in our face.
They over
Mhm.
there
Right?
saying the U.S. over there tripping. We can't be doing this.
Can't be a part of that.
So the next clipping was recent outcome of a unaliving case in the Bahamas. I'm trying to remember the name of the young lady who was unalived. But nonetheless, last year, this young lady was unalived by a pew pew, and her body was discovered in the Seabreeze Canal. Her boyfriend was arrested, charged, and now convicted, and he was sentenced to 20 years in prison. 20 years, in my opinion, very light sentence for pew pew murder and tossing me in a flicking canal. Like, that's a light sentence. 20 years and you in your 20s, you could be in your 40s. It's like you could still live life after 40, you know?
I
Um,
mean, this is first
Yuri,
one. This is first body.
we don't know. We don't know. It was the first one he get catch on. And the
Mm.
only reason I think he even got to 20 years is because he admitted guilt. Now,
Okay, you don't waste our time.
even though he went basic court time, the story
I'm
that he
not
gave the court was pure BS.
right.
Oh,
I thought
that's what the
so.
story was. I don't
The
know the details
story
of
that
it.
he gave the courts was him and his girl was in the car and they got into an argument because he found out that she was cheating. And during the argument, the pew pew was on her lap, right?
Mm-hmm,
And it
Ooh.
accidentally went off
mm-hmm,
and
mm-hmm.
shot her in the stomach,
Right,
right?
right, right.
And in her bleeding and whatnot, he said that she convinced him not to call for help because she didn't want him to go to jail.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
In addition,
Ooh.
he said he decided to pew pew her in the head to relieve her of her suffering.
mm-hmm. She missed the part where she asked for that. She apparently asked to be put out of her misery. So that's why he puked.
I mean, if you'd record her doing it,
And then you dispose of her in the Seabreeze Canal because she was
I mean,
discovered
we
the
usually
next
record.
day by some swimmers.
I mean, we usually record everything. So if you was really on bullshit and like, I would have recorded saying it.
But we know she ain't say that.
She is
We know she
Exactly.
ain't say that. So
So
it's like, this is my thing. This is my thing. But you know, I love me some forensics. If people don't know, I wanted to be a forensic pathologist when I was younger. Yes,
mortician.
she wanted to play with
mortician is
the
not the
dead
same.
people, but
Keep
okay.
telling people that it's not the same. Not the same.
She wanted
But
to play with the dead people.
the body tells a story. The body tells a story. Now, they probably told them, now listen, the forensic report didn't come back. We can see where this lady was shot in the stomach. We can see where she was shot in the head. This is her cause of death. You gotta run away from that. So I'm sure when the lawyer and present his lawyer and present the evidence to him and say, listen, you gotta run from this. Your prints probably on the weapon. They done do the bullet striations. They know the bullet come from this gun, this the make, this the model, all of this. They probably done see the trajectory in the car, where the bullet exit, all this stuff. They done see it. And because you have damning evidence, he come up with this bullshit story. Because I can't see, even if I did cheat on you, I can't see me telling you, finish me off. And I know I got next dick outside. That makes absolutely no sense. Because if I done cheat on you, that means I don't even love you that much. So you think I love you that much to say, oh, don't go on help because I don't want you to go to jail?
Yeah.
Be for real.
Yeah, he killed the shit out of her.
That don't
Exactly.
make sense.
I
He
mean,
was
and then
mad. He was hot. And all he needed to say, like, at this point, since you pleading guilty anyway, you might as well just admit it. Be like, you know, she run me hard that day in the car. I kind
Things
of
got out
lost
of
it.
hand.
Yeah, like I lost it. I didn't mean to shoot her. It's just that, you know,
what
crime
you
of passion.
mean?
Even if you said you had because you know, you have people who is blackout in rage.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
something has happened and they don't even remember until they come to and they just see the damage and they legit don't know what happened. They call that blind rage, right?
Right.
Mhm.
Like you literally have an out of body experience. But for you to say some dumb ish about, oh, you find her cheating, but she asked me to do it, baby, I cheat on you. I'm
I
lying.
need to see like
Shoot me in the
video
belly.
evidence for real though, because
Pew pew me in the belly.
I was like,
Like,
oh, can we get
oops.
that on? Can we get that on tape, please? Can I get?
Like, oops.
Can I
Hold
get
on, you missed. You ain't got the right spot. Hold on. I wanted it like right on the side of my navel, so it could be like 2 eyes.
Like, oops, I miss and catch you in the stomach. Okay, I don't want you to go to jail. Don't go to jail. But I bleeding too much, and it's hurting a lot, and it's hurting a lot. Even if you didn't
So
want him to go to jail, if this is your alleged story, drop me off.
Right?
that's it.
Tuck me and roll me in front of A&E.
Right.
You know, and speed off. You know, just like in Grey's Anatomy, what you read and watch. Tuck and roll me right in front of A&E on what is it? Unidentified vehicle, and the person was drop off. That's it. I don't have to say nothing in the hospital, nothing. But in no way you quote unquote accidentally shot me in the stomach and then I suffering, put one in my head. It's like, so.
And
if
then
I
when
was
you
the judge-
finish, throw me in the water. Throw me in
Right?
the tea.
Like that.
If I was the judge, I was just putting on some more years because you think I's a fool. I don't even
Come
care
here,
that
right?
you
This
pled
creative
guilty.
story, and this ain't even creative.
I wouldn't even care no more that you pled guilty. I'd rather you to just pled guilty with no explanation.
Right.
Because for you to try to feed me this nonsense, you see fool written on my forehead. But nonetheless. So
What honestly, the magistrate was supposed to say, you really think I bond this big? You really think I bond this big? What the hell what? What'd you say?
and this lady is not here to defend herself.
Right?
Like she's not here to give us side of the story. So you could tell any BS and I must just go along with it. But everybody knows
And that's what you came up
with.
with, though.
Right!
But that's what you came up with.
They go, really? Really?
Tell me more.
Yes, baby, you could write fiction. You could be a top-selling novelist, New York bestseller. What?
You think them judges just be there like hearing nonsense all day, and
All
this is be
day.
like they don't be like,
I don't get paid enough for this. I think that's a lot of it. Say, I don't get paid enough for this.
I swear, dog. People should come up with the most BS, dog.
I
I
can
don't
never
think I'm
judge as a
mature
parent.
enough to be no judge, because the minute he would have said that, I'd have been like, I could take
Get on
my
my
belt
face.
off of you. Yeah, I really could take my belt off of you.
That's what I say. Get on my face.
How old?
Get
How old is he?
I think he's in his early
20s.
20s.
You
Yeah,
mean
it be
people
them.
to
It be them
value
same
ahead?
set. Yeah, it be them same set.
Good
I'd say,
lord.
bailiff, get him on my face. Because this,
I
Yeah.
I can
Yeah,
never judge
form.
go
as a
sit in
parent,
the
you know.
corner until you're ready to tell me what happened.
It's
Yeah, go and
true.
sit in the corner. Go and put your finger on your lip. Go.
Oh, we should
Go.
have one of those shows.
Well,
But we don't have no like charismatic or animated magistrates like that.
they started to do a judge show over here. But the thing is,
Oh,
it
should
was,
too.
I can't remember
Our
because it used to come
magistrate
on
so out of
cable
order.
12. It came on cable 12 or whatever. But the
Wee.
problem is it was scripted. Because the people who was
Oh no.
the plaintiffs and the defendants, I knew them. And I was like, okay, this is like a party. Like it was a real judge now. This is a real judge in the Bahamas. But it was like these
Okay.
cases, y'all just making up cases to talk about on the show, I guess to get her point on it. But the
But that's
people
how
who
it
was
is. But I guess it's half an hour. I got to research.
when I saw them promoting the show, before any episode even came out, I was like, oh, this could be good because I want to see real life Bahamians in the courtroom. So what I suing you
It.
or whatever, right? Like I want to
I
see the
need that.
animation.
I
You know,
need that.
Bahamians is colorful. I want to see it. Just to go like it's just like improv actors, and I didn't like that. I don't think it's on anymore either. So it
Yeah,
had
I need to
potential, but
see
I feel like you
like
should have had real life
I need to see.
Bahamians.
I need the real life. I need the real
Yeah.
life shit.
When
Cause I
Judge
know that
Judy
shit
pull out the
hilarious.
pictures and the receipts, and I want to see that. I want some Bahamians willing to put their business on these streets. That's what I wanted to see, right? But you
I
know
mean,
who
you get
else
it for a
this?
bag now,
Yeah,
because they get paid. Yeah, if it's a good bag, then yeah,
like how good is your story? You want to come on my show? Call it, you know.
yeah. I'll
But
give you one. I'll give you 5K.
Man,
but
you
you know
have
who
some
got the
people line
bag?
up.
Hold on.
The local Bahamian man rewarded 21K in a refund
Cool.
in child support. When he found out that baby ain't his. That baby don't look like me. That baby don't look like me. So let me go into the newspaper clippings. You read this while you gotta come on, man. The news is be newsing.
I
The
listen
news is be
everything,
newsing. Because when I
dog.
saw that, I was like, ooh. So a woman has been ordered to come. This is coming from the Tribune on Thursday. Ex-husband to be repaid $21,600 after test shows child was not his. A woman has been ordered to compensate her ex-husband $21,600 after the Supreme Court ruled in his favor when it was revealed that the couple's youngest child was not biologically his. Justice Juanita Denise Lewis Johnson issued the ruling after a 47-year-old man whose name is being withheld to protect the identity of
Damn.
minors filed a civil suit against his ex-wife. The man referred to as the petitioner said that he married the woman, the respondent, on June 17, 2001. He claimed that after the marriage, the respondent managed his finances and opened, see, this is where they go wrong,
That joint account.
account to share their resources equally. See, this is where they go wrong.
Right down. That joint
I mean,
account, bro.
I know you wanted to trust your wife, right? But
If you have a joint account, you have your own account, and then you have your own account. Gots
so
to.
the petitioner said the couple had 3 children during the marriage. However, after conducting a paternity test in December 2022 on the youngest child, he discovered the child was not biologically his. Now, I feel like you wasn't trusting your wife for a minute because in the On News report, they said that he went and he sought this paternity himself, which means before this whole thing was going on, you were suspecting that this child wasn't yours.
It might have been
Somewhere
having
down the line,
issues.
you, huh?
They probably was having issues and the timing was a little sus.
right? He went out and he got the test done. Came back,
Like,
child, this ain't yours. The wife,
he was
she
chunky.
wanted to
You need to do
contest
that.
it. She contested it, went to get another test. This ain't his mom, baby.
You know what's crazy? She knew, like, you know that wasn't that man child. What you contesting for? You know that ain't that man child. You know
What you
that.
know was gonna change?
You know that wasn't his. You
Everything.
know
Like
that
what?
wasn't his child. What you doing?
DNA.
You know Dana don't lie.
So
Dana don't lie.
the petitioner claimed the respondent admitted to having conversations with another man during their marriage, and he alleged that she committed adultery and willfully misled him about the child's paternity for 12 years.
No,
A
so yeah,
deception, a
No.
deception he said benefited her financially. 12 years?
So that's wrong. She wrong for that. I don't like women who's do trash like that. So this poor child calling this man daddy and down your daddy.
Yep. He asked the court to order the respondent to reimburse him $300 per month for those 12 years, asserting that his income supported the child's upbringing. The petitioner further what? So, all they talking all their business in here. He also submitted that he took out a mortgage for their matrimonial home in 2005, which he recently appraised at $538,470. That's a nice house.
I was about to say that.
That's a nice house. Appraisal at over $500,000.
Jesus,
Ooh,
Need
real
he
that.
got
property
money.
tax must be lit on that. Jesus.
He got money.
Okay.
He claimed he primarily financed the home's purchase and its subsequent renovations. The petitioner further alleged that the respondent misused their joint account to fund a lavish lifestyle, including regular restaurant outings, beauty supplies, tuition payments for her sister in the US, monetary gifts to her brother, and unauthorized appliance purchases for a co-worker. Bitch! You
I need
living
a.
on a lot.
Doing.
They
Wow.
what?
I'm glad I'm reading this on air because this is insane.
Girl, you out here wilding the hell?
A personal
And
assistant for your
then
personal
and then
assistant,
your money.
which is crazy.
You buying appliances for a coworker
You
of
paying
my money?
school tuition? Jesus. College tuition at that?
Wow. He
Sure, they're
claimed the
giving us
response.
scholarships.
He claimed the respondent said she paid $10,000 for a phase of the home's construction, but no work was ever done, forcing him to cover that portion of the renovation himself. He asserted that the respondent contributed only $12,000 in total to the property. The petitioner also said his ex-wife encouraged him to continue working 2 jobs to support her lifestyle, even as he suffered from an injury to his right arm and his shoulder. He eventually left his second job in 2023. She wanted to be like everybody hates Chris Mama and had 2 jobs.
Okay.
2 jobs. Wow, she crazy. He noted that the respondent works 3 jobs: a taxi driver, insurance agent, and a straw vendor, and has no physical or mental issues that will prevent her from seeking child support from the child's biological father. The petitioner currently works as a butcher. Who's a butcher? I mean, you making coins like this?
You know what's crazy? She got money, you know.
They make money.
Straw vendors? Straw vendors is
Mm-hmm.
make cake, buddy. And a taxi driver?
They feel like
Girl,
charging $30 for one measly braid,
that.
one measly plot.
And you can't get a man. That's 10. That girl run this man. It's coins, yeah? And I know she
The
probably
res-
got all this money in Commonwealth Bank.
Boy, they don't be playing. Boy, them hair braiders is be charging so much, bro.
They
I
say
know
she's
she mad right now,
Damn.
but run this.
They say
Cut
she's
the
a
check.
taxi driver, insurance agent, and straw vendor.
Okay,
The
I forget the
respondent-
insurance.
These get commission.
Right,
These get
this woman out
commission,
here,
boo.
this gal out here making coins and was trying to make this man pay for everything. Girl,
The respondent, however, claimed the home was appraised at $428,670 and said she paid the mortgage and conveyance fees. She said she and the petitioner had agreed that he would cover the mortgage and the groceries while she handled the children's medical bills, utilities, school and babysitter fees, and family savings. She said she had just $1,200 and $12.29 in two separate bank accounts and listed weekly expenses of $4,435
Weekly?
compared to the petitioner's $1,823.50. Miss, what you spending $4,000 a week on? $4,400 a week? Ma'am.
You know what I get to with that? You know what I get to with that?
You
You know what I get to with that money, bro?
You spending over 16 grand a month?
I was about to say, I right here whipping out the calculator.
That's like 17, yeah. That's a little over $17,000.
17.6. You see why I tell you she need to cut the check? This woman got this money sitting up in Commonwealth Bank right now. Cut this man his check and buy him out this mortgage because you being playful.
Because you claim you only have $1,200 in the bank, but your weekly expenses is
in which bank?
$4,400.
In which bank? Tell me which bank you only got $1,200 in. This gal talking $200,000 plus a year in expenses.
Wow.
Yeah.
In response to the $10,000 construction dispute, the respondent claimed she had withdrawn $22,225 in 2018 to pay a roofing contractor who never completed the work, allegedly at the petitioner's instruction. She said she made an effort to recover the funds and only contributed $20,000. Okay, so that's a loan. Regarding the paternity fraud, the court found the respondent to be untruthful and described the extent of her deception as unsettling. The judge said the respondent only told the truth under the threat of perjury, at which point she withdrew her application for custody and maintenance of the child. Yeah, they had to threaten your ass with jail. Now, miss, you understand?
That's how much she's a dirty liar.
Won't be lying.
Tell the truth. Because this paperwork that come back twice that they saying this man baby. So you really want to go to jail on this lie? That's what the court said. You really want to go to jail on this lie?
That's what the daddy probably is anyway. The real daddy.
The court found the respondent deceived, defrauded, and misled the petitioner about the child, noting lab results showed 0% chance of paternity. 0.
Oh my God. She had that nigga hoodwinked, bamboozled, run amok for years.
Honestly, I wonder what happened for him to look at that
years. 12 years a slave, for real. Going on. That's what the is that?
Wow, 0%
Want me my money?
It held that the respondent had an obligation to determine the child's paternity, given that she engaged in unprotected sex with both her husband and another man during the same period. The justice said the petitioner should have been given the opportunity to decide whether to accept the child as his own, but was instead deceived for 12 years. The court found it unfair that the petitioner who loved and raised the child must now live with the emotional burden of the truth and be reminded of whenever asked about the child's well-being. While acknowledging the petitioner did experience joy in raising the child, the court awarded him half the compensation he requested, a total of $21,600. The respondent was also ordered to pay for the child's therapy, as the court determined the minor was experiencing a loss of identity and would be emotionally devastated by the petitioner's absence, having known him as a father figure.
Exactly.
The petitioner was discharged from all parental responsibility of the child. The registrar general was instructed to amend the child's birth certificate to remove the petitioner as the legal father. The court ruled that the two older children are still sui juris. I'm not sure what that means. Additionally, the respondent was ordered to pay 1/3 of the petitioner's legal costs to be taxed if not agreed upon. Raynard Hedfield represented the petitioner. Regina Barnaby represented the respondent. Girl.
That's a lot.
That, you was a hoe. And you was a deceitful hoe.
A
Like, my
lying one
God.
too.
12 years? 0% chance? But I sure he's looking at that child and say, you don't look
Being
like the
right there.
rest.
You
You
know you're
don't
supposed to
look like the
look at that
rest.
child foot.
That's old people dogs. Yeah, child, that's the same foot.
Yeah, that's his one. Check the toes.
I'm mad because if you
Check
look
them
at my
toes.
baby
That's how you
foot, him
know.
and Theron have the same foot.
That's how you know, girl.
Look at the foot.
And the first,
That could have been avoided long time.
See, the problem is he didn't take the child to the Grammy. And the
right.
person is
Right.
like, carry that to the Grammy?
I remember say, "Cool, this ain't yours."
My
Right
Lie.
mommy,
here.
my mommy had to do that with my niece. She said, "Oh yeah, that's my child foot. That's my child foot." My niece, she said, "That's my child foot."
What a time.
Bro. But for her to carry on a lie for 12 years, but the lies with not just the baby, but the lies with the finances. Miss, what you spending
Exactly.
$4,400 a week on?
I don't even. Who this? I gotta find out
She
who this
said
person is,
this
dog.
lavish lifestyle.
Right now,
But
this
you ain't
person
get
populating
$1,200 in the
them.
bank?
She don't have $1,200 in the bank.
You must see
Okay.
Miss off a couple zeros because ain't no way you got three
Exactly.
jobs. Three jobs.
You use a straw vendor, insurance agent, and you drive a
And
taxi.
I might know her.
This woman got queso, okay?
I
Like
know she
don't
passed through the bank before.
exactly.
I would drop a
Especially
name, but
downtown.
right. I would drop a name,
You
but
know
no.
she been a waddling there downtown with them damn flip flops on. Tell me to put this on this account here, right here.
I feel sorry for the
This
child
coming
though.
there with loon dollar bills, but even if it's a bunch of dollar bills, it'll be dollar bills, 20s, fives, and tens. Always that denomination. So don't act like you don't have no monies. You probably only got $1,200 at that particular bank. And be
Facts.
hard.
Yeah, I feel sorry for the child though. It's
Exactly. I
like,
don't feel
who's
sorry
my
for her.
daddy though? And then
Mother
you can
said
look at your
they should
mom's
have made
eyes.
her. Yeah, they should have made her pay everything. The same way y'all would have made a man pay all that money. She was supposed to pay everything,
I
every
agree.
copper, not a percentage, all of it.
I agree.
Listen,
No double standard for her. And y'all had to
yeah,
threaten her to make her tell the truth.
that like miss, we done
Look what
take
y'all
this
had
way.
to do.
We
So
done draw
she's
blood
lying with
twice, miss. We done draw blood twice, and you still you're lying? Parroting. Parroting.
yeah,
I ain't
she's lying with a
Everything.
straight
pay
face.
everything.
Playing around.
Mm-mm.
If it was the other way around, the mouse got the
But it's like,
legal fees, mortgage, everything. You
but it's
know.
like when I now think of the mindset of the child, even though they order her to pay for therapy for the child, that child will never respect her.
Exactly. So you feel
I
like
wouldn't either.
That child, she's going to have a hell of a time for the next 6 years at minimum with that child. Because that child is not going to respect her. All that child is going to say is, you lied to me my whole life.
like this man in my
And you
life.
continue to lie even after you got caught.
Mm-hmm.
Lying.
What life lesson can you teach me?
Oh,
Not a goddamn thing.
You cheated on the man and then you lied about it. You lied. You lied. Yeah, that child. I think after he turned 18, he could write off.
yeah.
He could
As you
write
should.
off. He could cut her right off. I don't get it as my mother. She lied my whole life.
My whole life.
Yeah. So Ebony says she got some new music. New music releases for us. So
Yeah,
I'm excited.
child. Yeah, child.
Baby girl.
Baby girl. Let me see you dance. Let me see you twirl.
Girl.
I'm so bad with y'all. Like I can never get this song on my head.
But that's one of the best parts of the song, dog.
I can never get the song on my head, and I tried so hard. I already told you that song was a no. But
I just find
anyway,
it funny. But take us away, Ebony.
but any old hootin' fiddle, man. So some new stuff, some new stuff dropped this week. Very excited because some of my favorite artists including Drake. I'm keeping it a buck. Drake is still one of my favorite artists.
Mhm.
What is this? Okay, he's still one of my favorite artists. He's just going through a little something something right now. He'll bounce back. Um, but yeah, Ciara dropped some new music and a new music video. Her song came out, Ecstasy. And let me tell you, sis
Is it
did the
good?
thing.
Do we have any
Yuri,
clips?
I haven't watched YouTube in like a week, two,
Yuri,
maybe three.
YouTube is a part of your job,
Yuri.
Yuri. I need you to be on it. Okay? Okay? All
I'm
right.
going
Man,
through my senior semester and
it's be like that. It
I
can.
like this
bro,
the most social media eyes of the absorb now. Between this, IG,
bro, when I'm
TikTok,
done though, when I'm done,
YouTube, the newspaper, eyes have to be on it. It's like this a
listen,
job. This a job.
Yes, man.
I'm gonna be on it.
Man, sis, we haven't seen visuals like this since was it O or was it Ride? Actually, really, really and truly, I personally think sis is the queen of sultry slow jam. So from O to Ride, to Promise, Body Potty, Ecstasy, it just lived up to the hype. And what was funny was when you scrolled on through the shade room, because after the release of it, people was cutting up in the comment section. They was like, "We can't help you. We can't help you." Russell could then start as soon as it dropped. They was like, "Y'all know Russell could start asking for Cinco, Stays, CAK, Ocean, Wavy, and DS. We can't help you, girl. We can't." 'Cause honestly, that's how good the music video was. She really was doing her thing in that, and I was like,
She still
Can we
got it.
see it?
she if she still
Can we see
Is
it?
this the same one that she had that big competition for? This is the same. Like, she had like a music competition with like some dancers like doing like video
Oh, I know what you mean. No,
reels.
no, no, no. This is
Okay,
again. It's a slow jam. It's a slow jam, child. Hold on. I
so
do have some visuals, and this is courtesy of the Shade Room.
Play another slow
This is
dance
courtesy of
this
the
time.
of the Shade Room, and here are the comments. Girl, we can't save you. We
ooh,
can't save you.
A body comes alive when you get close. You gonna be surprised if I get
reels.
exposed. A
Grills.
body comes alive when you get real. Cause you're like a hit of ecstasy.
Mm.
I can feel you all inside. And baby, I'm on one tonight. Ready, set, let's go. Cause you're like you got on that Dolce and Gabbana. Baby, you know what you do. You got on that Dolce.
Baby,
Yeah,
we
that big
can't.
partition
We
dog.
we we can't
That's
save
them
you.
cheering mama. That's
Okay, we
them
can't save
cheering
you. That's
mama.
Russell's wife. Okay,
You
that's
can
Russell's
imagine what's
wife.
going in that bedroom. Mm. That man is be living a dream. Because my knees don't work like that, baby. Like, you got to get this. Just
Yeah,
like,
Like, what Future thinking like right now?
that's my mom.
I
I don't know. Ain't nobody caring about future right now. But
Ooh.
yeah.
Well, I thought you were talking about the kid.
oh.
I thought you were talking about the kid.
That's the
No,
thing to
we
think
mean
about
baby
too, babe.
daddy.
Nobody care about the
Yeah,
big
but,
future.
Russell and spread out wall enough. So it's like, you should be over it by now. You should be over it by now, but it's like, but
I
just to
like the
think
comments.
four babies were expelled from that body is crazy.
Hmm.
Them
Right?
knees is still work though. My
The
knees
thing
feel like
she
they
was
internally
doing stuff like
bleeding.
this even while she was pregnant. Like that's crazy to me.
Oh,
Woo.
yeah, I know she gotta be a bionic woman, dog.
That
I be
okay,
bad
Wonder
not to pick
Woman.
up stuff off the floor. My
She's
knees
a
be
real
on
Grammy.
fire.
Sierra gotta be them Island Grammy, dog. Who's he having 12 kids, 11 kids?
But like she could do
My
it.
Grammy had 11,
Ah,
so and she never like
double
worked a day in her
digits.
life.
Double
So
digits is crazy.
That's
I don't
crazy.
know, dog. I don't know how she doing that. I guess she's staying active for real, but I gotta watch it later for real, like the full version.
Yeah, like she did her thing in that. And of course, Mr. Drake came out with the Nokia. Um, music video. This baby girl.
You gotta do the lip, baby girl.
Girl.
I'm playing with y'all. Y'all already understand. So I'm stuck in my head. I'm mad.
He really did
Duck
though.
lips.
He did all of this. Like he has a brand new lip fillers. Listen to me, baby girl.
It really gives. it really gives a Miss Mom kind of attitude, dog. I like Wayne though.
I'm trying to figure out.
I think
is this you?
Yeah, I think it's Wayne.
I'm like,
that's the secret handshakes Kendrick said you need to define. No secret handshake with no friend, no cash. Yeah, see, that's a secret handshake you had to find. But
let me play a little snippet of it, man.
No, if you scroll to this done past the part where he was in front of the OV. Yeah, scroll back to the beginning of this. I can show you where he twitched his booty. What?
What?
he twerked his booty. Watch, play.
So zesty.
He around here thinking this a movie. This ain't no movie.
Actually, IMAX produced this for him. They actually
suing your record label. Who paying for this?
Him.
But you can see
money to waste.
Let me show you where he popped his booty.
Who's calling that shit? Who's calling that shit? Who's calling that shit? Who's calling that shit?
I just want y'all to know this man almost 40. Why your
pants this low?
Yes, he's the same age
as me. Why your pants this low? Why your pants this baggy? You almost 40.
So I think you should like upgrade you, like how
it should be like mature, sexy vibes.
Right.
Like the Jay-Z transition when
you need to grow up. Jay-Z was transitioning from in his 30s. Why you ain't transition yet?
I think when he grows, personally, he'll grow in his music, and that's the problem.
Ooh. Like, I guess he hasn't found the right. He hasn't found the right woman.
He got to stop dating the horse.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't even think that's anything to do with his date life. I don't think it has anything to do with his date life. I just think he has arrested development, honestly, because you still you came out in your 20s, your early 20s, so that was your market, and you still marketing to people in their early 20s. Your audience who grew up with you, they still want music from you, but they've grown up. So you need this. If you want to keep marketing to them, you got to grow up too.
And that's what I'm saying. That's why I say he's still one of my favorite artists. I want to see the maturity.
I want to see
you know what I mean? If that makes sense.
Watch.
I want to hear the evolution of music. I don't want to still.
Yeah. OVO Sound 2025.
I think you skipped over it. You paused it. Is it Stacy? You skipped over it. You paused it.
Who's calling that shit? Who's calling that shit? Who's calling that shit? Who's calling that shit?
Right there.
It just looked like he missed a step. I would have never.
A YouTuber spotted that. That's like, did he just pop his booty?
I think he just popped his booty. I think he was about to fall, and it was like,
no, he did a full on.
Let me just keep it rolling.
He did a full on. Like if you pop it and lock in, that's what he did.
That's what he did.
Where the fuck the function? It's such
Why you take the video off?
It's such a. I ain't lie. It's such a.
We didn't say play the whole video. We need you to speed to a certain section, Mom. My God, give the people what they want.
Like who wrote this song for real? For real?
Why people saying this a reference track though?
I feel like
saying this a reference track too. So
I feel like this is a ballroom type song, dog. Like even like the language, like some of the phrases, like you hear like ballroom culture.
I really remember that thing saying Aubrey. Hold on, let me double check.
If you speed to just remember you get writing credits even if you put in one word. So
true.
Like where the fuck the function? I don't. I feel like I'll hear that in the clubs.
Legit, it just say Drake.
Ballroom.
He wrote this by himself, and it's.
Drake. And then people was like,
written by Drake.
The cadence and the frequency of the song, the video should have been in color. Like,
it's a very colorful song.
The whole video in black and white is insane.
Yeah,
but if you speed to keep going, Because I know why he put Carabana in here. Like, whatever. I know you
Carabana in
gotta
black
know.
and white? Are you serious?
See, look at that.
Ain't no
Don't make no
way.
sense.
Yeah, look at
That
this.
makes no
Stop teasing me. Stop teasing me. I could change your
no
life so easily. I keep begging you to stay, but
What
you
was killing me
leave.
was him inching up like he was
no
gonna do something. Bro, you
Oh
can't
no, he
handle no
can't
wine.
whine. He been trying to do that for 20 years. You cannot whine now. I don't
no.
care what he tell
You know,
you.
you know he's light skinned. All he's supposed to do
You
is just
don't care
stand up
what
there and
Nikki
take
tell
it.
you.
Just take the
Like,
wine, bro.
I saw
Carabana
Riri
is
tell
a
you you can't whine, okay?
Just take
But
it.
if you keep scrolling, right here, play.
Hey, is it Stacy? Is it Becky? Is it Keisha? Is it Ashley? Was it Danny?
Danny.
Is it Party? Where's the function? Where the fuck the function? Where the fuck the function?
Some of the lips.
Watch your lips.
Baby girl. Baby girl.
Yeah, this is a skating song for real.
It's a colorful song.
Mm-hmm. This is
He
definitely a
was trying to
skating
be too
song.
deep.
Baby girl, let me see you do your dance, let me see you twirl. Shake a dance in the club with your homegirls. Take a pic for the gram, show the whole world. Yeah. Is that your bestie? I'm a ice boat for y'all like Gretzky.
Then he got this dishcloth on top of his head. I'm like, I don't know what's going on here.
Get nasty, impress me, baby girl.
Yeah, people-
Let me see you do your dance, let me see you twirl. Shake a dance in the club with your homegirls. Take
coming
a
up
pic
with
for the
shoes,
gram,
too.
show the whole world. Yeah. Is that your bestie?
Yeah.
I'm a ice boat for y'all like Gretzky. I'm a
That boy look like he
I
was all kind
hope
of
these
weak,
YNs don't start wearing they do-rags like that.
though.
I
That
was
picnic
like,
table
where's he
shit.
going with
No,
this dishcloth on top of his head?
that ain't gonna work.
I was
Hell
like,
no.
nah.
Wee.
So the video wasn't settling with too much too early though.
Yeah, like you make. Mm-mm.
You know, it would have been
Yeah,
good if it was like,
in color.
yeah,
First
but
in color.
a good
First and
reference to
foremost.
what I thought it would have been good, considering the beat of it. You remember that Justin Timberlake song? Dum, 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 dum.
That's
That
not more
one?
like Usher.
No,
That's like more
man.
like Usher Kid she
Justin
was doing just
Timberlake had a
now.
song with that rhythm. Oh, but
That's not like you
anyway,
don't have
in
to
the
call your
background of
song,
the
but
song of that music video, he had like the how it showed the music going up and down, and it was in color.
oh,
Like
okay,
that's what I picture hearing that. If I was going to picture a music video, I would want to see the actual sound in color
like
bumping
the
behind me.
waveforms and the
Right.
decibels and
Exactly.
I
yeah.
think he was trying to be too deep.
He should have just
Like
went retro, like 90s retro when
exactly.
Nokia's was the thing.
He was just trying to be too deep. Yeah, like I know other artists. We don't need to name them. They cerebral. But like he was trying to be cerebral, but that ain't your brand. Just leave it alone. If you had just had a bunch of girls in some colorful tops skating around, or y'all on the beach playing volleyball, something like that,
Mm-hmm.
like you literally asking a question, where the fuck the function? Like if you
Yeah.
was just going from, is it? I could even see like the flashing screens where they show the people just coming across the screen. Like if you just had different girls going across the screen, each of them holding a different Nokia phone, because
Mm-hmm.
Nokia had a lot of different phones,
A lot of
different
lines,
colors,
a long
and then
line
be
of
like,
phones
is
there.
it dun, dun, and each one of them on a different Nokia phone as you
A
flash
different
the
style
screen.
phone. Yeah.
You
Two
could do
parties.
that. What you was trying to accomplish here?
Wasn't much.
Like this is a song
Yeah.
I'm talking about, like the Rock Your Body soundtrack. Like I expected to see a bunch of color.
Oh, this is a
I
classic.
expected to see a bunch of color and like a bunch of just music. That's what I expected.
This would have
But
worked. This would have definitely worked.
exactly.
This would have
That's
definitely worked.
that's what I was thinking. If he had referenced something like that, I could get behind
Yeah.
it.
That's not
Hell,
trick
even
dressing
if you
now.
had done a whole Sean Paul gone since you wearing this baggy clothes like you back in the early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s. If you had gone to like a Sean Paul, when Sean Paul had run
Oh,
things,
oh, when he went to the different temperatures.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
if you had
That's
referenced
lit.
something like that, that would have been good. That would have been good. Like
Who be
that's
styling these videos, dog?
He was
He
supposed to call
directing these
Director
videos.
X. That's what he was supposed to do.
Oh, now that
Director
is
X
Or
would have
Hype
had that
Williams.
video.
Hype Williams.
Man,
That's
They
who
would
he
you
have
bring
had
up the
wanted
him.
that.
They would
Caravana
have had him
gas.
right.
If you bring it up the Caravana gas, then go all the way. But to bring them out and then have it in black and white, you can't even appreciate the
To put
color.
that stupid.
Like,
You could
That
tell he
shit
ain't
made
never
any
been.
sense to me.
You could tell he
For
ain't
you
never
to say
been.
that, and he's from Toronto.
He was filming
that
So
don't mean he
Degrassi.
been.
He was
you are
filming Degrassi. He ain't been to no flicking Garabano.
he
Okay?
is from
He ain't been.
Canada. For you to say
You
something
ain't
like
been.
you
You
so
know why I know you ain't been?
disrespectful.
Because you can't whine. Okay? You can't whine.
Disrespectful as a motherfucker.
You ain't been. You might have drive past. But you ain't been.
No, 100% no.
Oh God.
But then, okay, that's enough for Drake. And then, last but not least, y'all know my baby daddy. So Bow Wow and Chris Brown being the baby daddy. Let's just Bow Wow and Chris Brown came out with a song. It's called "Use Me," and it came up with this beautiful sample from "Down for You." Oh, y'all gotta hear it, man. It's phenomenal. Chef's kiss. I was like, wow, look at Bow Wow coming back. Okay, Mister, Let Me Hold You. Come on, right? I said, come on, Bow Wow.
Get back. How can I get you out of time? It feels better when it's mine. It's 2 a.m., you know the vibes.
You know, whenever Chris Brown talking about time.
He needed to come to people at a godly hour. Because he always singing about these ungodly hours. 2 a.m., 3 a.m. Bitch, I'm sleeping. God damn it. I'm sleeping.
That's where
Like,
you
Negro,
find.
you like 40 with 3 kids. You ain't sleeping? You ain't tired?
Hey, you stop that. He's not.
Hey.
He's 35. Chill out,
Like,
girl.
you ain't tired?
You know, he got plenty of energy. Plenty.
Uh-uh.
All
I am
that flipping and
sleeping.
whatnot he's be doing on stage. He got all kind of energy.
I am sleeping, ho.
I sat and write music. I got to dispel all this energy. So 2 a.m.
3 in the morning. Go to bed. Go to bed. No, I'm horny. Take a cold shower. I don't got. It's like, come on, man.
Put a smile on my face.
Shirley's a hater, you know.
Big one, but she'll be
It's
front and
a
center at a
hater.
concert.
You better believe it.
She'll
She'll
be
be right
front
there
and
with me.
center.
You could be right there with me. That was our new music releases for the week. So we have Ciara with Ecstasy. We have Drake, new music video, Nokia. And of course, Chris Brown, aka Baby Daddy, and Bow Wow with their Use Me. Ain't hear nothing from them since what? Shorty Like Mine? No, not Shorty Like Mine.
Shorty
Ain't
like
Thinking About You.
mine.
That was Bow
Ooh,
Wow's attempt to.
that was the
He
clap.
was
Oh, that was the jam.
that was when him and Ciara break up. How funny is that?
I
Ain't
think
thinking
it
about
was
you. You know for sure,
ain't thinking about you
100%. You was thinking
tonight.
about her. This woman,
That
if
was
she was doing moves like she doing in this music video, I know for damn sure you was thinking about her. Don't you lie. Don't you
I thought
lie.
this was a Rihanna Chris Brown. The two that's when two of them had their breakups, eh?
Because remember, he would have came out with Deuces first, and then Ain't Thinking About You came out.
Chucking
Yeah,
up the deuces.
Deuces was fire. I think he only made that video for $2,500. He said.
Yeah, because it was giving Heal the Rainbow. Let me just record you in this alley. Just do some flips.
Man.
Do some flips in the alley and we good.
He had to. I think he had to pay for that out of pocket because, like he said, the record label had dropped him. There's like hot potato. Can't. Ooh, you out here doing things. Ooh, oh, I think you could sell hot potato. So yeah, he had to pay for that music video by himself. $2,500. That's how much he paid for that Deuces video. But he went back and was being featured on everybody music. He was on Ain't Thinking About You. But yeah, that's our new music releases for the week. Join us next week.
Yeah,
when new
if we have
music
no
drop.
releases next week. But you know who ain't getting released? Our crash out of the week. Ebony, pull up the video. I don't think and a parental advisory. Wow, parental advisory trigger warning is advised for this video of the crash out of the week. So
I
we're gonna
mean,
put that out there. Trigger
when y'all
warning.
view it, y'all be the disciple. I was telling Sherelle that this guy is definitely going to be a YN, just based on how this whole ordeal unfolded. I think he's a YN, but y'all be the judge. Y'all be the judge.
The video is a bit graphic in nature.
Right. And as it says that this gentleman here was sentenced to life for unaliving a man at 7-Eleven over a compliment to his girlfriend. This is our crash out of the week. There is no song, by the way.
Whoa.
You see how quick he whipped that out? Tell me that ain't a YN.
I think fellas is just go looking for a reason.
But my thing is, like, whatever happened to using your words?
Okay, it wasn't. Wow. And just walk off?
That
I'm sending it to the jail.
accessory. My guy walk out the store, ain't even look left. I just that is definitely unbothered behavior.
Wow.
That's
See
crazy.
why I just walk out and keep my hair down?
That's crazy. Because she complimented. Sorry, because he complimented her. Picture this: you walking down the street in Nassau, and you hear what's that sound, Terrell? What's that sound
I
you
know,
hear?
sweet girl must he say thank you or whatever, but it ain't that serious. Like
You can imagine you getting seeked at. You getting seeked at, and that's
if people
right
don't
there.
know what it is, because Ebony using these terms that the audience don't know. She's saying seek, or what people would call a cat call.
Seek guy.
Ebony don't know how to do it. So prior to recording, she was like, "You know how to seek?" I said, "What? You know how to seek?" I said, "Oh, you mean?"
I can't do good.
So that's the thing of Bahamians. That's how Bahamian men cat call women. They go, "Oi, solid. What in your wallet?"
Ain't nothing like getting cat called by a Bahamian man. I just expressed this to a coworker of mine the other day. Like, Bahamian men will find something on you to catcall you. Like, oi, glasses, what you saying? Like, I love that. Like, there's no over sexualization. Okay? There's none of that. Short pants, what you got going on today?
Short pants.
Oh my god, you walk up the bank, potato salad. That one I ain't catch yet. Like, potato salad?
It gotta be the arm.
I was
like, thick like potato salad. I don't know.
I said, did you have potato salad in your hands? Like, what was going on? She's like, no. And he was a construction worker, and it's always them. Always.
Worldwide.
My boy said potato salad. We have yet to get over that. I love our Bahamian man. Like, that's how you cat call.
Calling her lumpy.
Trust me, they love big women.
So if I know you could even teach that to Americans. All right, solid.
Trust me, that's how you can know someone from the Caribbean. I think because the Caribbean islands do that as well. You seek in an environment, and all you can see is.
And if you have locks, all right, Empress.
Oi, Empress. Oh my goodness. We gotta put it on the shirt. We gotta put that shit on the shirt. On the shirt, on the hat.
Empress.
You gotta put that on the shirt.
But ain't that. Bro, there's be a struggle walking with locks around, babe. All right, Empress.
Fury, listen, me and Sherelle was walking downtown. Walking downtown. She was trying to show me the port. And as we were walking through this alleyway to get to the port, the guy who was driving, was it a bus or a
He
taxi?
was in a bus. He was
He
in
in
the
a
bus.
bus. And my boy say taxi. What? Say y'all need to go there. So we going down Bay Street. You going this way. Da 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 da. He said, "Oh, jeez, you beautiful lady." My boy stopped dead in his track to say that to Sherelle.
His neck
Stop
sounded
his
like a
whole
rubber
spiel.
band. Is he pretty? I said, thank you.
I would have break so laughing now because you so random. Well, like, would you?
Right through Frederick Street. You know where all the buses is wait by.
Okay, you're in the bus one line. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I was
It
walking
was
by.
too funny. I was like, damn, I miss this. Like, I don't have that here. Like, they don't do that here. They don't. It's like you just walk in the street and nobody catcall it. What is that? But you know that's smash full of harassment over here. But I love it.
It is. You
Like,
can
if
tell
you
the
keep
harmless
it
ones though.
right, if you keep it clean like that, come on, you love it.
You could tell
It
the
definitely
harmless
put a smile on
ones,
your
and
face.
you could tell the ones that you have to say, "But carry ass." You
Okay.
could tell the difference.
100%.
So our top story, top story, Mr. Anthony Edwards, famous NBA basketball. That's redundant. The NBA star is making news, making waves, as he has petitioned the court to say, "Let me pay this bill off. Let me put down the principal payment because I ain't paying no interest." That's what he done. What's the name of his? But his is the lady who is trying to get child support from him.
We're gonna confirm that in just 2 shakes, but I really think that her name is Ayesha. Wow. Karma is a serious thing, because again, going right to TSR, the Shade Room, because it was, I think they were the first to break the story. If it wasn't them, it might have been TMZ. TMZ is the quickest. But karma's a real thing. Why Anthony Edwards suffering an ankle injury?
Duh.
I would laugh, but I mean, you've been popping up at the mud with this situation for so long. Now look at that. Just like that, your career could be over. You think you try and run them coins now? Oh yes, it is Ayesha. Her name is Ayesha Howard. So Mr. Edwards is trying to petition the courts, like Sherelle said, to say, let me pay this 216 lump sum or 216 months, one time, one fee. I'm done with this gal and her child. I don't want none of this. And apparently she's saying, because she clapped back, she said that ain't true, because she ain't get nothing from the courts. Those are rumors.
But nobody said that she got it. Nobody said that she got it. Everybody said that he's petitioning the court.
Right. But she's saying it ain't true because she ain't get no motion or anything like that. It was people. People dropped the story. People dropped the story first that he's petitioning the courts to run them points, one lump sum payment. I mean, if you got
I'm
it,
here for it.
Right. If you got it, you just got to make it work. Her claim to fame. Obviously, everybody feels as though that you only at 37.
Yeah,
you did this for a check. So if you doing this for a check and my boy running you the check,
take the check.
Yeah, there should be nothing to say fight for.
Because the thing is, allegedly, he told her when she told him that she was pregnant. I don't want it.
That man, because they had the text messages. My boy said, "LOL, get an abortion." Yeah.
LOL. That's crazy.
He explicitly stated, "I do not want a baby." and you run up to your body, your choice, and you went in the opposite direction.
Yep.
So he said, okay, since you want to play it this way, I told you I don't want a baby. Definitely don't want to be with you.
Right.
So what the monthly payment is? Let me pay all this full 18 years
Yep.
and be done with you. And
Which
it's also
is.
alleged that she moved to LA trying to get a bigger payout
Yep.
because the laws are different in LA. Because she's live in Georgia, and the judge caught on to that. Be like, yeah, I agree with you. So we're gonna pay you what Georgia would pay you.
Yeah. They said he was like, he's like, he don't even know why she's trying to uh file for this in California. She was just living in Georgia 2 weeks ago. What's going on? What's going on,
Mm-hmm.
Judge? And then the LA judge said, "You was right. Send it back." So what he's trying to
Mm-hmm.
pay is when you work it out, because it's like $5,000 a month. $5,000 isn't bad for one child. I know she has a child prior to this particular baby, and the little girl is gorgeous. By the way, I don't know if y'all are seeing pictures of the baby because she's be circling pictures of the baby online. Beautiful little girl. We ain't showing that baby on here.
Leave the babies alone. We ain't gonna be like
Exactly.
Kanye. Leave the babies
Just leave the babies alone.
alone.
Beautiful dark little thing, and all I was saying to myself was, I said, "You definitely did this for a check. Don't come on this here internet saying anything other than the truth,
The truth.
right? Don't come up with no creative stories. Be for real. Be for real. You wanted a check. You saw the young man. You thought he was going to be an inexperienced young man, but what you didn't expect was he's one of these YNs. Stop playing with these YNs." This man could have talked to President Barack Obama like that's one of his homeboys. This ain't nobody you play with. This is nobody you play with. This boy was talking to Barack like he was one of them dudes from down the way. I was like, who raised you?
A devilish.
Oh my god.
You see how I shut the eyebrow arch?
That Jezebel spirit.
Wait, like you can't tell me you didn't think this boy was. You thought he was a boy. You definitely thought you could have run game on him, and baby, the Uno reverse was real. The Uno reverse was real because you have a child with the baby, and that's another scummy. Like this, you out here dealing with scummy dudes. What's going on? Oh, but anyway,
Obviously, staying off the internet.
she's 37, by the way. Why
Why
you
is she
sound like
doing
that
this?
at your big age? Why you sound like that? But anyway,
Why are you doing all of this?
Reason being is because I don't want to come out of character from the things that are being written and commented, the lies that are being made up. And I know that if I put myself in position to respond, I'm then putting myself in position to defend my daughter and defending her of what has been written. There's no nice way to do it because people have been so ignorant and so cold-hearted towards a child. And funny enough,
ain't nobody being cold hearted toward that baby. First of all, that's what I need her to stop saying because she out here talking about people commenting on her baby. Ain't nobody commenting on the baby. Everybody's commenting on you. The only thing that the majority of the comments that you see in here, people are saying that they feel sorry for the baby because you placed the baby in this particular situation. But no, there's no negative comments on that baby.
I don't know if it's been a year or two, but I remember when Trump wanted to push laws banning the rights to abortion. So, guys, I have been, and I remember how women came together and they protest. And you guys, you got dressed in jerry beads, and some of you went down in panties and bras and trench coats and was like, "This is my body, this is my choice." Okay, but the second a woman makes the decision, and I'm not even sure if it's a woman or if maybe well, I know I'm probably getting this attention because of who I am and who I am attached to. But just generally speaking, the second a woman decides to make the decision about her body and her child, y'all turn into weirdos. Do you want a man to tell you what to do with your body or not? Do you want the rights or not? And I remember how I've also come to realization that there are just certain allegations that I will never, ever beat with you guys. I came into the situation with the status because I have a child by a very successful artist, right?
That's the status.
From then, I'm viewed as a certain type of woman because I'm beautiful and have a nice body. And normally women like that attract a certain caliber of men, which is also not my fault. And now that I am in yet another situation where I now have a child with another successful man, there's no telling you guys that I'm not a gold digger. You guys, it's no. I've also come to realize that allegations at all. The only thing that irritates me is I read comments that say, oh, you're a gold digger, or you kept the baby for a check.
You did.
What if I came to y'all's pages, right? And I compared the men that you have children with.
This where it get good. This where it get good. Hold on, listen to this.
To the men that I have children with. And I said, you were digging for poverty when you picked him to be your baby daddy, weren't you? Oh, you kept that baby for an extra income tax credit, didn't you? Or you kept that baby for a couple extra $100 in food stamps, didn't you? Or you kept that baby allegations at all. An extra Section 8 voucher. Is that why you kept your baby? Now, if that was triggering, that's how I feel every time somebody says, do you even love that baby? You kept that baby for a check. Oh yeah, baby. I'm on one tonight. We gonna talk about it. Cause see, I sat back and I watched y'all in your dirty bonnets lay back on your headboards or in your cars with the cloth seats. I saw it. And you voiced your opinion about what you would have did if you were in my situation with my options that you do not have and you probably never will. How you gonna tell me what you would have did with my situation when you had a baby for your weed man? Or you had a baby for that dude that be robbing everybody? For Section 8 voucher. Is that why you kept your baby?
I was trying to hold it in, but yeah.
Girl, a Black Kim K say for your weed man.
I never knew she's going there because she was saying a whole lot of nothing. You know, she was saying a whole lot of nothing.
If she just said like that end piece, it would have been a fire post.
Because my thing is, irrelevant of the comments left by the public at the end of the day. This is the first thing she needs to understand. You are having relations with public figures. So you're putting yourself out there. So don't get your panties in a bunch because people have a comment, have opinions on what's going on. You put yourself in that limelight. You are attaching yourself because for her to say, oh, I can't help who I attract men of a certain caliber, that means you have to have a baby for all of them. Ooh. My mommy is always say, you don't have to make baby. So I don't care. So I don't care if the man is broke. I don't care if he is rich. Mommy say, every man you lay down with, you ain't got to make baby with. And clearly you have a trend. So you having children, but probably it's like the first thing you wouldn't even think about is I should probably get married. Not saying you have to be traditional, right? But it's like you making babies with men who explicitly telling you what I want. You putting yourself in these predicaments, right? So yeah, you can run on with this whole your body, your choice, but you have to understand the consequences of your choices. Yeah, mommy always say you have everything in this world is a choice. Everything in this world is a choice. So you said, my body, my choice. So you chose to keep this baby after this man told you, I don't want it. So you must have understood what that now implies. He's not going to be there. So why is it now you want to jump down this man's throat for a choice you made? You must know how you was going to deal with your choices. He knew he made a choice to spray them walls. So be it. But he said the consequences of my choices is I made a baby. And guess what? He ready to own up to them choices by saying, see ya, Jack. Go. he chose to spray a baby, and these are the consequences to me getting a woman pregnant. So see ya, check. I'm not running away that I need to pay for this baby, but I don't want to have nothing to do with you and this baby. So it's like, why are we here thinking as if your choices make you free of consequences? And that's what annoyed me with her. Your choices have consequences. You chose to have a baby for a man who said he didn't want one, and now you mad. You must have known. I must know how am I going to deal with explaining to this child that you are fathered by a man who didn't want anything to do. You must have known how you was going to figure that out. Like, there's no accountability in this situation. You must have known how you was going to deal with the situation of a man who told you from the jump, I don't want this baby. And you still been, it doesn't make you free of consequences. So that's what was annoying me with her, and you doing all this because I'm beautiful and I don't give a shit. I don't give a, like, you still letting random dudes spray your walls and make babies. I don't care how pretty you look. You still have awful, piss poor life choices. It is what it is. My God.
Like, and that's again like what everybody is saying. Everybody feels sorry for the child because here it is. This child's going to be fatherless, and when this baby start asking questions, well, mommy, what? Why my daddy don't want to see me? What do you say? What are you going to say to this child?
She's gonna spin the story. She could spin the story.
How you can spin that?
Because I'm sure she would leave out the part where the man said before you were birthed that I didn't want it. I'm sure she's going to leave that out. She's going to make it seem as if you and this man had a mutual agreement to have this baby, and when you came, he just chose not to be there.
I think it would be best to just tell the truth to this child. You know what? I made a decision. Like she said, my body, my choice. I made a decision to have you. Your pa said he didn't want the responsibility, so he gave the finance. That's it. That's all he said. He was gonna be a financier and a sperm donor. So that's what happened.
Yeah, and for you to be like, oh, I have a other baby for a famous music artist. It's like people are seeing a trend.
Right.
People are seeing a trend, and you can't blame people for that. Just how you say you see a trend with the people who have a baby for their weed man or the broke dude. You saw a trend, right? You saw a trend, right? Like, I see where you go.
Section 8.
Mm-hmm.
So the same thing they seeing with you. They see a trend, and you trying to make an excuse, but oh, this is who I attract. I'm sure rich fellas ain't the only dudes hollering at you. They ain't the only dudes going, oi. They ain't. Stop. I am sure when you walk down the street, the garbage man probably seeking at you. I sure when you walk into the food store, the regular schmegular Joe or a lawyer or a doctor probably look at you and you was like, nah.
No, because they only want
Because if you that beautiful, you that attractive, there's no way the only people you attracting are rich dudes.
No, not just rich dudes.
Artists,
You're
yeah, and
attracting
everybody can see you as
rich
ugly.
YNs. Okay?
And rich famous dudes, because you can be rich and not famous.
She's attracting rich YNs because the baby and Anthony Edwards. Why you can't date nobody in their 30s? You can't find a rich man in their 30s? What's going on?
You trying to tell me you ain't never been to you ain't buck no doctor? None?
No lawyer.
No lawyer, no entrepreneur. You ain't buck none of these fellas nowhere in your 30 odd years of life who actually have money. But they ain't famous either. Because like I said, you could be rich and not be famous.
Mm-hmm.
But for some reason, you only matching with rich, famous young dudes. It's a trend. So stop. Miss me with the bullshit. I
She
can't
looking for
help it who I
clout.
attract. And
They do anything for clout. They do
Miss.
anything for clout.
Stop.
Can't take this out of the snake.
Because I can tell you, she looked deceitful. I said what I said.
Them
So
eyebrows.
So she could come back. She could come back and say, well, them people on the podcast, you always talk about me. Yeah, we talk about you because behemoths don't give a shit. Miss.
Episode 1.
At the end of the day, you still raising 2 babies by yourself. So you ain't no different than the mummy in the Section 8. You raising 2 babies by your goddamn self.
The only difference is the zeros in the bank account.
Your
You could
children
afford a
still
nanny
be
and daughter.
walking
Yeah, I
around.
can't. That's the only difference.
Your children still walking around in a broken home. I don't care how you try fluff that up. Your choices are piss poor. I'm sorry. Because guess what? I can't say that. Unlike you, I don't have no children at all, first of all. And if they do, they can know their daddy.
Can you imagine?
Crazy.
Let's
I
not.
have seen on the internet.
Let's not. So
What's going to be killer? You know what's going to be killer? Like, them YNs going to grow up eventually, and then they're going to want to be responsible, and they can settle down, you know. Then they can have a family for real, for real. And so, here it is. Your child
won't be
is going
included
to
into that.
see that. No. Your child is going to see that, and they're going to be like, well, why he don't want me? Now you got this child with a complex. Why he don't want me?
Why he don't want me?
Want me, man?
You're right.
How come he don't want me, man?
Emily.
Yeah, everybody remember that episode of Fresh Prince. Why you don't want me,
man?
She around here making babies with fellas who frontal lobe ain't formed yet.
Crazy work.
They make poor judgment. That is literally the purpose of the frontal lobe. Judgment. That judgment ain't there yet. And this is what you making babies with? Girl, bye. And I think yours ain't fully formed yet either, because you 37 and you thought it was smart to make a baby with a dude in his early 20s? Life ain't teach you nothing. Girl.
Crazy.
Oh, my bad. I was calling the wrong baby. It's Lil Baby, not the baby.
Oh, okay.
It's too many
life,
first of all.
Like, life ain't teach you nothing. 37 making a baby with somebody in their 20s. Ebony, I 39. I can't see. I told somebody that the other day. I saw what I can do with a nigga who under 25. I might as well have baby. What I do dating a dude under 25? He can't even go on my car insurance. What I can do with that?
Girl.
That car insurance would be like through the roof.
Send my
You can buy your car.
Every month.
You just let me get buy your car.
What I can do with that? What I can do with that? His credit score ain't even up yet. You know, he ain't formed no credit yet. So he can't even go to the bank with me to sign on this mortgage. What I can do with them? I say,
all I think about right now is I remember being in the bank and there was this older lady in the bank who I was working with. You know, very well dressed. Always have something to say.
We know her.
You know her.
Keep going.
This Thompson Boulevard. And then she ended up working with me. She ended up working with me. Right? So I remember
but she worked with all us?
No, you won't work with her. But she worked with me in Erie. And the last place
what this
I
is.
was downtown.
The Eternal Sweetheart.
That's right. So
the Eternal Sweetheart.
So man, she was talking about how she was dealing with somebody who was younger. Right?
Yeah.
And she was like, you can't really deal with nobody who younger because they don't know how to do nothing right. And all I was saying was, what? She's like, no, they don't know how to do nothing right. And she said, you gotta more or less teach them. Why you trying to be somebody who you have to teach how to do things?
That,
What you
including wash your
mean?
ass. It's like, Ebony, this is
Oh
what
my
I say.
god.
If you're a woman up in age and you're gonna date a man under 25, you might as well have a baby.
You
That would
imagine?
be easier. You might as well have a baby. You can imagine, and I tell him at the work, I say, you can imagine this dude at 25, but let's go to Envy. Let's go by
For
prime
wings?
time.
For the wings?
You go anywhere for wings. If anybody
Prime
pull up
time got
in,
good wings, and
if
we got good
anybody
wings. So
pull
we
up in a,
going.
Oh
if
my
anybody pull
god.
up in a dark van with no windows, and tell you we have wings in the back,
You're gone.
you're getting.
Mama,
We
we
got
had to
honey
go again.
barbecue.
Wait,
Honey barbecue in
you
there.
know who have some bad wings? Itchy Band. My
You
God.
serious? We
Itchy
need to go
Band got
there.
Them wings
some
is good.
bad wings. My last day
That wing.
in
That wings
Nassau,
is
we
good.
we walked
They
the
still
strip.
open?
Yes.
Them
I
wings
need to
was
go
good.
there.
And
And
it
they
was
was
hot,
hot.
hot and crispy. My God. They
Them
were
wings was
solid.
good.
We need
Woo.
to go
I
there.
say, damn, I never tasted this good in a long time.
They was good, buddy.
Woo. Them wings
Go
was
there and get some wings and a roll. You good to go. Them
wings
wings
I
was
need
and
to go
good.
there.
roll and one nice what is that? They had Sands.
But
Yeah,
bear,
they had Sands.
Probably Sans, yeah.
That Sands Radler, that was whew.
What, the pink one?
you don't know sound. You ain't got no sound rattler in there.
No, but they
No.
have Sands. What I'm
There's
saying
sound.
is, if you
Sounds rattler, no,
have,
he's good.
like you say, wings, a roll, and a Sands Radler, that would be the perfect pair.
I don't like sound rattler.
Mm-mm.
Y'all
No.
some haters.
No. Now
I thought it
the
was
We don't
lit.
like it.
collect mango. Ooh. That
We
collect
don't
mango.
like it.
I need to try the lychee? That's what
The
it is?
lychee.
I need to try that.
The lychee's good. Don't mind Ebony. She's a flip flopper. I don't trust her judgment.
I'm
A
not a
frontal
flip flopper.
1 minute something tastes good, the next minute it tastes bad. I don't know.
Yuri, because what happened was I had it and it wasn't icy cold. When she brought it to the car, it wasn't icy cold.
I work
It was
Ebony.
just, you know what I
work
mean?
Ebony.
It was
She
just,
said
you
the
know, when it
cranberry
like,
tastes
when
like
it like
medicine.
it's starting to sweat. That's the kind of
Oh,
cold
yeah.
it was.
She said
And
the
so I
cranberry
was like,
one.
it's okay. And then when I had it like ice cold, I was like, ooh. Like the bear taste really hit me, and I was like, ooh.
She said the cranberry one didn't taste good. Then like 2 weeks later, girl, that cranberry was good. It was like
It was because again, I had it icy cold. That's
That
when you know
cranberry
when it
tastes
tastes
like
good. You have to
Robitussin.
taste it when it's icy cold.
flip flopper. She's a flip flopper.
It's icy cold. Icy cold. That was amazing. I was like, ooh, I never
They
had
need
an
to
icy
bring
cold
back.
before.
They need to
I
bring
always
back
like the
the
lemon
first
one.
ones. The
The
lemon.
lemon.
Oh, yeah,
The
that
The
lemon
was
was
good.
lemon. The
best one
first
I drink.
ones. The first ones. Damn. In the
'Cause-
green bottle.
Yes.
I didn't like the pina colada one too. I don't know why they discontinued
Yes.
that.
That
I
pina
actually
colada
did like
one
the
was
pina colada. It was
magic.
good.
I didn't even know they had a pina colada one.
This was a good episode. We chuckled from beginning to end. We opened with a tearjerker. Oh, that was good. That was a good laugh. So watch out for them seagulls. All right. Listen. In other words, don't let anybody take your joy, and don't let anybody take your funnel cake. Okay. This was another episode of Sun to Sun. And no problem. See, like, subscribe, find us on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. And we out this bitch.
Yeah, we in it.